These men are shoveling earth into a machine. The earth looks quite ordinary, doesn't it? But it's called clay. In the machine, it's changed from crumbling earth to smooth, soft clay. Clay is used to make plates and cups and saucers. This man is a potter in a factory. He throws a handful of clay into a special mould. The mould shapes the clay into drinking mugs. The potter knows just how much clay to put in the mould. When each mug is shaped, he puts it onto a shelf. The shelf turns slowly and carries the clay mug to the next machine. The mugs must be picked up carefully because the clay is still soft. This machine wipes the top of the mugs. It makes them smooth. Have you noticed that the mugs haven't yet got handles? The handles are made separately. These moulds are filled with wet clay. It runs into the moulds. When the clay is dry and the moulds are opened, the handle shapes can be lifted out. The handles must be smoothed and cut so that they're just right to fit the mug. This is how they are fitted on the side of the mug. A special mixture of wet clay is used to stick the handle to the mug. Now they're beginning to look more like drinking mugs, aren't they? Next, they're dipped in a coloured liquid. It's called glaze. Different glazes are used for different coloured mugs. These mugs will be dark brown and shining when they are finished. But first of all, they must be put into a big oven called a kiln. The kiln is very hot. The heat bakes the glaze and changes its colour. When the mugs come out of the kiln, they look quite different, but they're still not finished. Lots of china and pottery has a pattern on it. This child's dish is having a pattern put on by transfer. The transfer must be in exactly the same place on every dish. It takes quite a long time to do this by hand. Now look how quickly the pattern is put on a mug when it's done by machine. Every day, thousands and thousands of mugs are made by machine. Not all pottery is made by machines. Some pottery is made by hand. First of all, the clay has to be soft and easy to work. These children are learning to make things with clay. It can be made into all sorts of shapes, even into tiny bricks. You can use these to make the walls of model buildings. Let's watch these children having their first lesson on a potter's wheel. They're learning to make pots by hand.
Flatten the bottom off first. So you've got a flat bottom to start from. Now, if you start to come up from that bottom and come slowly up, I'm not actually going to do it, come slowly up, squeezing the sides, it should get bigger. All right, you're going to try that?
They turn the wheel by pedaling with one foot. They have to learn to shape the clay with their hands as the potter's wheel turns.
Okay, you better stop now. So the best thing you can do now is just carefully clean it up with a sponge and then take it off.
It's not easy at first. They'll have to practice hard to learn to make pots like this potter. He starts with a lump of clay. He shapes it with his hands. I wonder what he's going to make. He's making it tall.